Check it out. So that was jammed in between the trailing arm and the rim. What up, guys? So after the last ride, the X3 got a little bit muddy, so we're gonna clean her out. As you can see, we got her pretty good. Tons of weeds and shit around the axles, so I'm gonna hand pick all that out right there and there, and got her on the back side here too. So she's pretty muddy, but we're gonna get her. We'll get it all cleaned up for the ride for next, yeah, it is next weekend. We're heading up Thursday. So we're gonna get her all cleaned up, greased up, and ready for the ride for the poker run. So, check her out. That's what happens, that's what she looks like after a good ride. Muddier than all hell. So, as you can see, it doesn't take too long to clean all the weeds and stuff off the axles. Right there, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. And it really helps when you get to power spraying, really speeds things up. So, we'll get this side too here. And show you how easy it is to pull this stuff off. Typically, the way I like to do it is you spin it the opposite way to how the axle spins normally when you're driving forward, and normally that's how everything's kind of tangled in there because you're always driving through things forward. Other than that, you just kind of just rip it out. So we got the front all kind of cleaned out there of all the weeds. Gonna move on to the back now. And really the cab is okay. We'll try and get some of the weeds and stuff off the back there. You can see them all throughout underneath. Big thing too is in the shocks and stuff and the trailing arms. They hold a lot of weeds, a lot of mud. And it's good to get in there and clean all this out, right? Clean all that out, and then when you're power spraying, everything kind of just falls. So we'll get to that one. So now that I got most of the weeds and big chunks of mud off, now we're gonna get into actually power spraying it. And I normally can start at the front, work my way back. I don't know why, no rhyme or reason, just because. So let's get to her. So I'm sure you guys could see when I'm power spraying, I'm trying to power spray a lot of the mud off the machine instead of forcing it back into the cab, etc. just makes your life a lot easier, makes it a little bit faster to clean, and that way you're not kind of chasing your tail, you know, pushing all the mud into the cab and then trying to power spray it all out. So that's the way I like to do it. Give it a shot. Another little tip for you guys, I don't know how many guys ride in clay, but clay is a lot easier to get off when it's wet. So a lot of the times it's good to just kind of circle around the machine and take your time, make sure everything kind of gets a good, I guess, base coat of water, right? Get everything wet. It's especially easier when you just clean it the first day when you bring it home, but that doesn't always work out that way, right? So you'll notice toward the back there, that when I do get it wet and start power spraying it 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, it flies right off. So try it out. Prop your doors open with a broom, shovel, rake, doesn't really matter. Makes it a little bit easier to actually get everything out of the cab because you're able to spray it from one side across to the other and vice versa. Also, all the mud that you get inside the door, really easy to power spray out. As you can see, it doesn't take too long to get it clean. Yeah, just keep on going. So now we're pretty well done with the first wash of the front. Now we're gonna move to the back. So let's get to it. Woo! Okay, now we're at the back of the machine. Again, I normally kind of push everything to the back, try and blast all the stuff off the back rack, off the trunk, etc. And then we spin around and start sending things back the other way. Again, trying to push as much mud off the machine as possible. It makes your job easier. So there are a few areas on the back of the machine that really hold a lot of mud, and I'll show you them right now, just because it's a pain in the ass to clean them out. But like for instance, if we go and take a look at right in the rear fenders here, all through up in here, this all holds mud throughout the whole thing, all the way up to the back. So that's one area that's a little bit of a problem. Obviously the back rack, bit of a pain in the ass to clean, especially when you have a box back there. These trailing arms right underneath the shocks, always hold stuff. Takes a bit to clean them out properly. Same with kind of the inside, that far side of the trailing arm. It's a bit of a pain to get in there with the power sprayer, as you can kind of see in here. Lots of channels for things to hide. Tons of mud still. Just takes time. You gotta take the time. Probably, I don't know, probably 2 hours all said and done by the time we're done cleaning it. So let's get back to her. So guys, there's a reason why you look over your machines real good when you're cleaning them, and this is it's one of them. So if you look down in there, I don't even know if you could be able to see it on the camera here, right in there, that in there, down wedged in between the rim and the trailing arm is a piece of log. So now we got to try and get it out. So hopefully the hammer will work. Check it out. So that was jammed in between the trailing arm and the rim, and luckily it was pretty soft. Cleaned the rim up nice, but no damage, so that can go on the wall of shame. So I'm gonna finish up washing the X3 here, and how about we just fast forward to the point where it's pretty well clean. See you there. So, important thing to do as well, make sure your rad is nice and clean. Do it every, I don't know, third, fourth ride, give her a nice good clean. I find a lot of the time just a soaping end. This guy here, just squirts soap and low pressure, high water volume. Works great, cleans out the rad. Your front plastic piece pops off. Just a couple grommets that hold it in. Really easy to remove and get at, and you can clean your rad properly. Well boys, we're officially at the final soap. Take the scrub brush, give it a little bit of scrub. I know it takes a long time to clean, but if you want to look at shiny showroom new, then that's what you got to do. So I'm gonna put the finishing touches on it right before it starts raining. Let's get to it. Quick question for you guys. What do you use to clean your seats? Because I've had 1, 2, 3, this is my fourth Can-Am, and every single time the yellow or the blue or the white on the seats always gets stained with mud. So tell us in the comments below. I'd like to know what you guys use, if you found anything that actually works. I'm gonna get back to her. So important last step for cleaning. You might have gotten some water in your air intake, your exhaust, your CVT, etc. You don't want that sitting there overnight. So we warm her up. Fire her up, let it sit for 10-15 minutes, get her nice and warm up to operating temperature, dry everything out of the clutches, etc. If any water got in there, and then you're good to go. So we got her all heated up, and everything's running fine, so we're going to pull her into the garage, and that'll be it. Well, ain't she a thing of beauty? All clean. Check her out. Boom. X3 XMR. Beauty. Can actually tell what color it is now. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you like the channel. Like, subscribe below. Leave a comment. You know, what do you clean your machine with? I just have a power sprayer, a little bit of soap, and a little bit of time. So, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.